Aim for the sun, but aim for the sun, but know to stay within your limits. In the city of Athens, there lived a man named Daedalus. He was an inventor who was said to be able to bend nature to do his will. There was a lot of talk about this time about an invasion that was said to take place in the coming days. But Daedalus did not care about these stories because he had something else on his mind, his son's birthday present. After observing his son, Icarus, he came up with a perfect gift. His son loved to watch birds from the roof, so Daedalus decided he would make him a kite. It was the first kite ever made. Once he had made the kite and the day came to give it to his son, he led his son to the roof of his house, where he showed him his masterpiece, made of feathers and ribbons that resembled that of a snake's tail. Within moments, the kite was swooping and soaring through the air. But this joyful moment did not last long. Daedalus had heard a shout in the streets, and soon there were soldiers charging up to his roof. Within seconds, Daedalus and Icarus were surrounded. It was at this time the soldiers parted to reveal the king of the island of Crete, Minos. Trembling, Daedalus bowed. At this point where King Minos spoke, "Your fame has traveled far and wide, Daedalus. How would you like to help me make a palace? A tremendous palace, one that will scrape the sky and will be astonishing to men and women, that will tell tales of it for as long as there are people on the earth." The next day, Daedalus and Icarus were sailing across the ocean in one of Minos' ships. On Crete, they were given a mansion to live in, as well as feasts every night. When Minos explained the plan for the prison, it was obvious that King Minos was not lying when he said his palace would echo down the ages. The palace was amazing, and as it has been envisioned, huge spear-like towers, as well as a labyrinth that lay under the castle. But whenever Daedalus asked what was the use of the labyrinth, King Minos would just smile and shrug. Eventually, the palace was done. It was at this point Daedalus wanted to return to his homeland of Athens, but when he took his idea to King Minos, he said, "Oh, you can't leave. I'll pay you more. There are so many wonderful things that I would have you make." Then Daedalus said, "Thank you for your offer, but I prefer to return to my city of birth." To which King Minos replied, "Offer? I have made no offer. You cannot leave. You know too much. I can't have you selling my secrets to the enemies. So you will stay here until your death." When he returned to his mansion, he looked at the beautiful paintings on the walls, as well as the fountains in the courtyard. He longed to be in his little house in Athens. Per the norm, he found his son flying his kite on the roof. In the months that followed, Daedalus noticed that wherever he went, he was being followed by soldiers. The soldiers began to wonder if the great inventor had lost his mind. He was always either looking up into the sky or gathering fallen feathers. One morning, Daedalus woke Icarus and had him follow him to the stairs where Daedalus had constructed wings made of saplings and feathers. As he put a wing on each arm, he told his son that Minos may control the land and the water, but he cannot control the air, and that he and Icarus will fly to freedom. But he also told his son that if he flies too close to the sun, the heat will melt the wax, and if you fly too close to the waves, it will splash against your wings and drag you down. And he finishes by saying, "Ride the gusts, I ride." After the pair embraced, they ran to the roof edge and leapt into the darkness and began to beat their wings and rose into the cool sky. Each gust of wind made Icarus cry out with joy. Soon they were far from Crete. As the morning drug on, they could see a band of red stretch across the sky. Day was coming. Island after island passed beneath, and they saw multiple shocked expressions from the people below. Icarus laughed at these people, shouting from below. At one point, a surge of wind even lifted him higher, and he saw a feather fall. But when he looked up to see what bird he had shed it, he did not see a bird, but only more feathers breaking away from his arms. Now Daedalus had looked back only to see his son falling into the ocean. Daedalus cursed his cleverness and buried the boy's body on a rocky island that was named after him. It is called Icaro. Aim for the sun, but know to stay within your limits. Thank you.